Happy Tuesday and welcome back to ELA Tuesday. I'm Megan, if you forgot, and I'm with CIPD, and we're going to be reading another story and focusing on a different reading skill today. Our story that I've picked out today to read is called Anansi the Spider, A Tale from the Ashanti. Now, this book is special because it falls into a different genre of literature that we have not read yet this year, called folktale. And a folktale has some very different criteria when we're looking at this genre of literature. So, a folktale is usually based on traditions and beliefs of a group of people. In this case, the people in the story are from Ghana, where this story originated. Usually, the story teaches a lesson, and it often includes animals to symbolize human qualities. And typically, long ago, these stories were told orally, which means just by out loud via your voice, not necessarily written down in a story. Now we have these folk tales written down in books, so we're going to be able to read that. So the first three types of folk tales I want to go over are fairy tales, fables, and myths. Fairy tales usually have things like once upon a time at the beginning of our story, and often you're going to see magic used in the text or the story. A fable typically has an animal acting like a person, and then it ends with a lesson. The third type of folktale is a myth, and those typically have gods or goddesses in them as their main characters, and it typically is going to explain something that's occurred in nature, like why we have hurricanes, right? It's going to tell a story, and through that, the myth is going to have the god and the goddesses explain why something like that happened in nature. There's two other types of folktales I want to make sure I cover with you today. Legends that are about a person who often lived a long time ago, and typically they talk about their actions or the deeds they accomplished in their story. The last type of folktale I want to cover is a tall tale, and a tall tale usually includes many exaggerations. It also has a main character that's typically trying to solve a problem. So now we're going to be reading our folktale, Anansi the Spider, and we're going to learn a little background information of where this story came from. Let's get started reading. Anansi the Spider, A Tale from the Ashanti by Gerald McDermott. This is important. This is a map in the beginning of our book, and it's showing where Ghana is. And Ghana is a country in Africa. So that's telling me something as a reader, that this is where our stories come from. For my mother and father. Prologue. Folklore, mythology, a people's legends, traditional stories, as in Africa. Mythology transforms, making the ordinary into magical. It brings beauty to the ways of man, giving him dignity and expressing his joy in life. Folklore prepares man for adult life. It places him within his culture. With oral traditions retold through generations, the social group maintains its continuity, holding down its culture. This story is from a long-established culture, the Ashanti of West Africa, in the country of Ghana. Ghana is a green stronghold of dense rainforests between the ocean and the desert. This home of the Ashanti people protect their oral traditions. The Ashanti have had a federation, a highly organized society for over 400 years. Still, today as long ago, the Ashanti are superb artisans. They excel at makers of fine metal work and weavers of beautiful silk fabric. Into this fabric they weave the rich symbols of their art and folklore. Sun, moon, creation, universe, the web of the cosmos, and Anansi, the spider. Anansi is a folk hero to the Ashanti. This funny fellow is a rogue, a wise and lovable trickster. He is shrewd and cunning, who triumphs over larger foes. An animal with human qualities, Anansi is a mischief maker. He tumbles into many troubles. Here is one of his adventures. Anansi, he is Spider to the Ashanti people. In Ashanti land, people love this story of Kwaku Anansi. Time was, Anansi had 6 sons. First son was called Sea Trouble. He had the gift of seeing trouble a long way off. Second son was road builder. Thirsty son was river drinker. Next son was game skinner. Another son was stone thrower. And last of sons was cushion. He was very soft. All were good sons of Anansi. One time, Anansi went a long way from home. Far from home. He got lost. He fell into trouble. Back home was son see trouble. Father is in danger, he cried. He knew it quickly, and he told those other sons. Road builder's son said, "Follow me." Off he went, making a road. They went fast. Those 6 brothers gone to help Anansi. Where is father now? Fish has swallowed him. Anansi is inside fish. River drinker took a big drink. No more river. Then game skinner helped father Anansi. He split open fish. More trouble came right then. It was Falcon who took Anansi up in the sky. Quick now, stone thrower! The stone hit Falcon. Anansi fell through the sky. Now Cushion ran to help father. Very soft, Anansi came down. They were very happy, that spider family. All home again that night, Kawaku and Anansi found a thing in the forest. What is this? A great globe of light? Oh, mysterious and beautiful. I shall give this to my son, said Anansi, to the son who rescued me. But, which son of 6? Which deserves the prize? Niame, can you help me? Oh, Niame, called Anansi. For Ashanti people, Niame is the god of all things. Anansi asked this of Niame. Please hold the beautiful globe of light until I know which son should have it for his own. So they tried to decide which son deserved the prize. They tried, but they couldn't decide. They argued all night. Niame saw this. The god of all things, he took the beautiful white light up into the sky. He keeps it there for all to see. It is still there. It will always be there. It is there tonight. The end. That was an awesome book. So, did you guys notice some of the illustrations? Did you take note of how those add to our story? I want to make sure that we're going back to things that we've learned in previous episodes and we're still applying the text we're reading today. I hope you enjoyed reading this folktale today with me and you learned a little bit about different kinds of folktales. And now when you're reading stories with your teachers or at home with your parents, you can see, wow, this was a folktale. Maybe it's a fable. Maybe it's a legend. And I want you to make note of those things as you're reading different books and looking out for different genres of literature. I hope you enjoyed reading about Anansi with me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great rest of your day.